So what arrived today was this watt meter, and I got this because the normal inline watt meters you get, the sort of RC style ones, I've always found tend to be inaccurate and very unreliable with quite a few problems. So I got this one and I was testing it earlier, and I was wondering why the current was reading half of what it should be. But to rectify that issue, all you have to do is press and hold this button until it displays the word current, and then you can just select between 50 and 100. This was set on 50 when I got it, and it's actually got a 100 amp shunt with it, so we set that to 100. Just pressing and holding the button to set once it's flashing. But the problem was this came with a 100 amp 75 millivolt current shunt, which is this piece here. So what happened when I just connected this thing up is the current was reading half of what it should be. So when you set the value to 100 on the meter, then you get the correct reading, hopefully. I've just done it in here in the house, so I'm going to take it outside and test it. But the good thing about this meter is when power is lost, it stores the energy reading, which you can just reset by pressing and holding that button. But so far it seems like a great meter. I'm not sure how long you can make these wires, because I think this would be brilliant on an electric bike. In my case, I'd use a 50 amp shunt for that, because I think my bike only draws 25 amps maximum at 44.4 volts. It's not a terribly powerful bike. But I just got it just to play around with, so I'll take it outside and give it a proper test now that it's set up properly. Okay, so this is reading 27.5 volts, and the meter on the battery is reading 27.47. Now I've tested the meter on the battery against my multimeter, which is very accurate, so this is just a little bit out, but it shouldn't be too bad. So I'm going to run some power through it now. So what I'm using as a load is just this battery charger here. I'm going to charge up the bike, and then I'll go along to my dad's. That's about 22 miles away, I think, so but I've got plenty of power in the battery to charge this. I've been deliberately keeping it sort of at a higher state of charge because just because as it's coming up to winter, we don't get very much in from the sun, so I'm running CCTV cameras off the battery, so I like to try and keep it charged off the sun as much as possible. So now it's powering up. I'm going to let the charger reach full power and we'll see what the readings go to. From what I can see here, it seems to be matching up pretty well. So that's at reached full power, and the battery is reading 29.1 amps, and this is reading 28.3. so they aren't too far out. Maybe the reading on this is a little inaccurate anyway, so there's always going to be some differences between different devices, but I'm happy enough with that. It seems to be only out by like half an amp, so that's not too bad. Yeah, half an amp roughly. The only thing is, I'm not sure how accurate the watt hour count is going to be. I've actually got another watt meter. I'll just go and get it just now. So I've been running these, I've got 2 watt meters on it now, and I ran them for about a minute. So this one's showing that in that time 10 watt hours was consumed, and this one here, it's upside down, but 8.7. But this one's also reading the amps and volts slightly wrong as well, so I think this watt meter is reasonably accurate. I think what I'll do is find some sort of load I can put on it which is drawn like something like 10 watts, and then I'll be able to calculate the accuracy a bit more easier. A bug I've noticed with these watt meters is sometimes the amp meter reading jumps up to like over 200 amps, and sometimes it freezes there and you have to reset it, or other times the voltage is just horribly off. I think this was actually the one I was using back in 2014 to meter all the power coming in before I bought the Outback solar charge controller, and this has got the bug where it sometimes freezes at a high current reading and then it just messes everything up. I have no idea about the long-term reliability of this. I'll certainly do more testing.